Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? It's been a while, but I thought to come back on here and say hello and wish you a happy new year. It's never late to say happy new year and wish someone to have a great rest of the year. Um, but I'm really excited to be here again this year. It's amazing. Let me just check, make sure that I am live on LinkedIn and on YouTube with the first episode. It's episode 22 actually for season 5. So been 5 years doing that now. So I'm really excited. So I thought to start this year with something. It's something that I've done every year. Like every year, I'd come at the start of the year, say my five W's and one H, share them with you, but also reflect a bit on. I think it helps me kind of reflect on those years. Like when I listen to those episodes, I feel like I've grown so much, and it's interesting to share that with you. Which I'll discuss why I'm doing that as well in a bit. So I'll explain a bit more. But let me first welcome you all in. And please, if you are joining on LinkedIn or on YouTube, please, if you can share, I guess, if you can write down a message or let me know your name, where you're joining from, that would be amazing. I love really reading your messages. So I'm just trying to get my messages to appear because otherwise I wouldn't be able to say hello to everyone who writes in the chat. Sorry. So let me first start by introducing myself for all my new followers. So, which is the first W, the who am I? So my name is Fatima El-Wakeel. I work for Unilever, heading the global data strategy and data platforms. I also have an academic role doing my PhD at the University of Cambridge, which is amazing. And I am on the General Assembly for the University of Manchester. And with that, I just want to make sure that I say that I'm not speaking on behalf of any of those organizations. So I'm really speaking on behalf of myself today and sharing my own thoughts and views on things. I've also worked across different industries. I've worked in great organizations like automotive, where I worked for Jaguar Land Rover, then Jaguar Land Rover Financial Services. I've also worked for HP, Hewlett Packard. I worked for Hilton Worldwide, worked for Oxford Manchester. So moved around a bit, and I guess that made me the person I am professionally and personally, because with each of those organizations and with each of those roles, it kind of created a different Fatima somehow, or let's say not created a different Fatima, but more changed the perspective of things somehow. So I think I'm definitely the product of the environments that I was working in. So I worked in. So this is a bit about me or who I am. Now, let me share with you what I do. And I think it's the same as last year and the years before. I'm very clear on my mission. I know my mission in life. I'm here to demystify how to create data strategies and for organizations to really utilize emerging technologies properly. And with emerging technologies, I mean artificial intelligence, digital twins, AR and VR. So I think this is in my head. I'm quite clear. I do have passion for technology. I love technology and I love data strategy and strategizing things and working with stakeholders and doing all that. So I'm very clear on that. So it's for me, data strategy, emerging tech, and obviously career tips. I have been working for quite a while, and I feel at this point of my life, I can actually share the journey and help people in their career, especially at a leadership level, when it comes to people working in data strategy and emerging tech, and kind of explaining what happened at a corporate level, like what does corporate success looks like. And for me, that's what I'm doing as part of, what I do. So that's who I am, my mission. Why am I doing it? And I think everyone should be really clear about their why. It helps you when things get a bit tough. I do that because a couple of things. One of them is I'm so passionate about data and technology. I just love it. Like, seriously, I do enjoy reading about tech, about AI, about digital twins, about data and strategy, and how to create the right data strategy, researching it, whether it's academic papers, whether it's industry papers, case studies. I am so passionate about that topic. And I do it inside work and outside work. So I do it obviously at my job day to day for Unilever, but I do it academically outside for the University of Cambridge. I read in my spare time. I do those like kind of videos, and so I have a passion for data strategy and emerging tech. A passion or an obsession, I don't know, but I really enjoy it. The other thing which comes, so this is the data strategy. As I said, I focus on three things: data strategy, emerging tech, and career tips. And with career tips, I think why I'm doing that and why I'm sharing the data strategy, emerging tech, and career tips is because I've had so much support. I've changed industries, I've changed careers, profession, which I'll share it as well this year. I'll be very open about it. In a good way. It is really changed. It's transformative. But I've done that for the past few years, and I've always had people helping me, people supporting me, giving me advice, and being there out of nowhere to help. And I feel I am able to do that with others now. I would like to support with sharing this kind of data strategy, emerging tech, career advice on how to kind of really climb the corporate ladder, how to be yourself when you're leading. So I guess this is the why. So I've shared my who am I? What do I do? Why do I do it? Let me share first, how do I do it? And then I move to the where and when. How do I do it? I do that through obviously presenting at conferences. So I'm very active presenting at conferences, being out there. But I also do it online. So I share things written and video, audio. I do share a lot of stuff online. I also write papers academically. I write in journals, but I also write in industry magazines. So I'm out there trying to share what I know. This is how I do it. And I do it in different forums, different artifacts. I do it written, as I said, audio, video. I'm trying to reach different people, which is for me really important. And obviously face to face. So in conferences and so on, as I said. So this is the how do I do it? Where do I do it? I do that online and offline, as I said. So I do it conferences and so on. But a lot of the stuff I do online. So you'll find me on LinkedIn. So my main focus is really LinkedIn. This is where I feel I can reach the right audience that I can support. And I do it on YouTube. So those are my main platforms: LinkedIn, YouTube, and obviously I have my own blog. So that's online. Those are the two. I might have other platforms where I'm available. Like I have a profile, but I'm not that active, like on Instagram or TikTok or so on. But really the focus, if you want to follow me, I am definitely on LinkedIn, definitely on YouTube. And I have my own blog, and please feel free to reach out and follow me there. You will also find me, so anything recorded that I do, like today, you'll find me live on LinkedIn and YouTube, but you'll also find that recorded on a podcast. So I have Figure It Out with Fatima, the podcast, which you'll find on Spotify and Apple, all the major podcast providers. So please feel free also to listen there. This is where I do it. When I do it, I try to post really every other day, daily if I can, but every other day. And I try to create those videos as much as possible, maybe once or twice a month. What I'll be doing differently this year. I think there was, out of the 5 seasons, one season I only spoke to academic, one season I only spoke to industry practitioners, and some. I think there was a season where I mixed and matched, and there's a season where I decided just to go solo and just share my own thoughts. This year I'm doing it differently. I'm opening it up. So I am chatting. I don't do interviews, I do chats. And the reason I call them chats is because it's a two-way thing. So the person I have on the podcast or on the video, they're able to ask me as well. And this is really where I think you can get the best as audience. So what I do is what I will do this year differently is I'll invite people from different walks of life where I feel it will add value in those three main categories, whether it's data strategy, emerging tech, or career tips. I'll be speaking to people, I'll be inviting them on the podcast and on the live videos, and I'll just try to see how I can help. But with that, please do write in the comments if you want someone specific that you want me to kind of chat with or have a live session. If you think it would add value for us to have a discussion, please reach out to me as well, and we can see how that would work. I think it is important that you as audience get the most out of it, because this is why I'm doing that. I've had so much support, and I hope I can provide that support as well for people working in data strategy and emerging tech in multinationals and globally across organizations. So this is a bit about my 5 Ws and 1 H. I think I came a long way from last year, and the year before, and the year before. I've learned so much. I definitely did it differently this year. And I'd love to hear your comments. I'd also love to hear your 5 Ws and 1 H. If you have thought about it, please write it in the comments. The comments are open on YouTube and on LinkedIn, even after the live video is done. I'll limit the live videos to, if it's a solo one, to 20 minutes maximum. And if it's with if I have a guest, then it would be maybe 35 minutes or 40 minutes. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want me to share this year. I'd really love those live sessions and the podcast and whatever I'm sharing to help you. So please let me know what you think, how I can support, and let's take it from there. But with that, I'll say again, have a lovely 2025, and may all your dreams for this year come true. And speak to you soon.